There's a reason this message has reached you right now, and it isn't chance. What you're sensing is your own soul answering a call it sent out long ago. You may have noticed a warm pressure building in your chest lately, a restlessness you can't quite explain, as if you're bracing for something important that hasn't shown itself yet. Your inner self is telling you that you're ready, and the universe is responding. Maybe your emotions have felt unpredictable, or a quiet sadness has crept in without any clear cause. You might even catch yourself waiting for someone, even though there's no one specific on your calendar. None of this is imagination, and it isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It's proof that some part of you already knows what your conscious mind hasn't caught up to yet. Deep down, you can feel someone drawing nearer. What you're experiencing is confirmation that a new chapter of your love life is beginning to take shape. Right now, a powerful force is quietly aligning circumstances and timing with enormous precision. This isn't a small, fleeting hope, it's a genuine turning point, one that will reshape the rest of your life. The reason this message resonates is because it echoes something your heart has understood for a long time. Somewhere out there is a person being shaped and readied to make you the center of their world. That process isn't quick or easy. It's slow, deliberate, and essential. They are learning, piece by piece, how to genuinely cherish, respect, and hold onto a love that actually means something. Their love, when it arrives, won't be overwhelming or hollow. It will be grounded, steady, and honest. This distinction matters because past disappointments may have lowered what you believe you deserve. This isn't some unhealthy fixation, and it isn't a fantasy that shatters the moment reality sets in. This is someone who will look at you and see sanctuary, a place where they can finally drop the mask and be themselves. They'll feel secure enough with you to voice their deepest fears and biggest dreams. That kind of connection will reshape your whole understanding of partnership because it will be rooted in mutual growth instead of control. Part of you might resist this message because of old wounds. You might catch yourself questioning whether something this good could really be meant for you. That doubt is understandable, but it doesn't make the truth any less real. Every difficult season, every night spent feeling alone, has been quietly preparing you. You haven't been left waiting without purpose. You've been in the process of becoming. Each experience you've lived through has expanded your capacity to receive a love that truly matches the depth of who you are. The universe wants you to understand that this connection isn't some passing thing. It's a bond that will teach you an entirely new definition of trust and partnership. Signs are already surfacing in your everyday life, small nudges reminding you that something significant is on its way. But before your paths cross, an important shift has to take place on their end. A quiet, powerful transformation is already underway. That's the real reason the wait has stretched on, and why the timing has to be exact. While you go about your daily routine, something meaningful is unfolding on the other side of an invisible thread connecting you both. Someone is moving through deep internal change so that, when the time comes, they can treat you the way you deserve. This isn't someone who's going to stumble into love by accident. They're being molded through hard lessons and new perspectives that are quietly guiding them toward you, even before they realize it. Picture destiny as a sculptor, and this person as a work still being finished. Every challenge they move through chips away at the fear and ego that would otherwise stand between the two of you. They may not know your name yet, but somewhere inside, their soul senses a pull toward becoming someone better. The universe is investing just as much effort in them as it is in you, so that when your paths finally cross, recognition will be instant for you both. They're developing emotional maturity and honesty. They're becoming capable of carrying a love this significant without dragging old baggage into it. By the time they step into your life, they won't arrive broken. They'll arrive as the strongest version of themselves, ready to walk beside you as an equal. Part of this transformation is spiritual, opening their eyes to your true worth. Their perspective is shifting so they can finally see you clearly. Where others overlooked you, they'll recognize something rare. Where others misread your strength as something else, they'll understand the truth of it. This shift isn't random, it's earned through effort. Outdated beliefs about love are dissolving in them, clearing the way for them to accept you without hesitation or fear. It's likely that right now, they're moving through something heavy or painful. Maybe they're closing the door on a relationship that no longer serves them. Maybe they're spending time alone, learning who they really are. This season is clearing out their heart so that by the time you meet, nothing stands between you. They're unlearning old patterns and processing past hurt. They're starting to see love not as a game, but as something worth real commitment. They might feel an unexplainable void in their life, something nothing else seems able to fill. That empty space is reserved specifically for you. This inner work is stirring restlessness in them too, a sense that someone important is on the way. They might be dreaming about you or noticing signs telling them to prepare. Their heart is softening so that no walls remain by the time you meet. The person heading your way isn't someone who falls in love casually. They've had to go through a great deal to reach a place that matches where you already are. Understanding this reframes the entire experience of waiting. You haven't been overlooked. A love of this magnitude needs a solid foundation first. If this person had entered your life too soon while they were still hurting, they wouldn't have been able to give you the love you deserve. That's exactly why the timing is being handled with such care. Eventually, this person will look at you and see the answer to everything they've been searching for. You'll be living proof that real love actually exists. They'll look at you in a way that sees straight into who you are. This preparation is happening for both of you simultaneously. While you're learning to honor your own worth and set healthy boundaries, they're learning to love with maturity, free from fear. It's like a dance. Every step you take toward healing moves them one step closer to their own transformation. Trust that nothing about this waiting period is wasted. Every lesson, every quiet, lonely night, is shaping the character of the person who will soon treat you with deep respect. This intense inner work matters because the connection ahead of you isn't an ordinary relationship. It's going to redefine what you believe a partner can be. What's being built for you doesn't follow conventional rules. It isn't about simply meeting someone and checking boxes off a list. It's something far bigger, an agreement between two souls that recognize each other instantly. It's a feeling that seems ancient and deeply familiar all at once. When this person finally arrives, it will feel unlike anything you've experienced before. It won't be about possession or the fear of loss. It will be a decision made freely by two whole, complete people. This bond won't shrink your world, it will expand your mind and deepen your sense of purpose. The way they cherish you will show up in the small, everyday moments. Their attention won't waver or fade. They'll look at you and see something rare, something worth protecting. Every word you speak will be met with genuine focus. They'll listen not just to respond, but to understand your inner world and your dreams. Loving you will feel like a sacred responsibility to them. You won't need to repeat yourself to be understood. You won't have to raise your voice to be seen. Simply being present will be enough. This person will sense your emotions before you even voice them, and they'll respond with tenderness. The little details about you, the ones others overlooked, will be remembered and treasured. Things that seemed insignificant to everyone else will become the very things that help them make you happy. For them, learning your soul will be the most meaningful pursuit of their life. That exhausting cycle of pleading for attention will finally come to an end. You won't have to fight to earn a place in their life. They'll offer it freely and gladly. They'll understand that loving you is a privilege, not a burden. You'll never have to prove your worth to them. You'll simply be the answer. Their love will be demonstrated through actions and long-term plans, not just words. They'll shape their life around your happiness. Honoring you will feel to them like part of their soul's calling. Protecting your heart will matter deeply to them. One clear sign of this bond is the way they defend you, even when you're not around, speaking about you with pride and respect. They'll naturally weave you into their future. Life will feel unfinished without you, because their world will orbit around a shared purpose. But here's the beautiful part. This protection will never feel restrictive. Unlike relationships where care slowly turns into control, this person will offer you both safety and freedom at once. With them, love will feel expansive, not confining. This won't be a cage. It will be a space where you both can grow and explore freely. They won't try to reshape you into someone else. They won't ask you to hide any part of who you are. Instead, they'll cherish your individuality, admiring the very things that others once made you feel you needed to shrink. They'll respect your need for solitude and your personal passions. If you've ever dimmed your own light out of fear of scaring someone away, this will be different. This person will want to see you shine as brightly as you can. Your success will bring them joy, not jealousy. They'll support your biggest ambitions because they understand your growth strengthens the relationship. Your progress will be, to them, evidence that love is moving forward. During hard seasons, they'll remain patient and steady beside you. Your mistakes won't diminish their respect for you. They'll offer comfort without judgment and give you space to heal without pressure. They understand that love reveals itself in difficulty, not ease. This connection will turn you both into mirrors for each other's growth. Your mere presence will inspire them to become better. They'll want to work on themselves because they'll want to be worthy of you. Growth within this bond will be constant. You'll both watch out for each other's potential. Your closeness will run far deeper than physical attraction, even though that will be powerful too. It will blend excitement with peace, a space where silence feels comfortable and vulnerability is met with compassion. This depth of respect and freedom forms the foundation of the relationship coming your way. It isn't born from loneliness. It's a love that celebrates the person you already are. What's most remarkable is that even though you haven't met yet, an unseen connection already links you. Energy and awareness move through it, blending your worlds in ways you've likely already sensed. There's a mystery at work here that goes beyond what can be logically explained. This bond can't be severed. It functions like a channel where thoughts and feelings pass back and forth continuously. What makes this moment significant is that the channel is now fully open, which explains the strange, intense feelings you've been having. The clearest sign is a longing for a future you can't yet see, an odd ache of missing someone you haven't technically met. Your soul remembers them, and it's pulling you toward reunion. Your heart holds on to promises made long before this lifetime. If you've ever felt homesick while standing in your own house, you've felt this exact sensation. It's the quiet certainty that a place is being held for you in someone else's heart. That empty feeling inside you isn't sadness. It's simply space being prepared. Through this invisible connection, their emotions reach you too. That's why you might feel unexpected joy or calm without any obvious reason. In those moments, they're thinking of love and sending hope your way. When a wave of restlessness hits you out of nowhere, it might be because they're working through a difficult part of their own growth. Because of this bond, you can sense their journey even from a distance. You're already functioning as a team before you've ever met in person. This exchange is proof that you're both already learning how to support one another. Nowhere is this connection clearer than in your dreams. When you sleep and your overthinking mind finally quiets down, your spirit is free to travel. In that space, you may encounter this person's spirit, You might have had dreams of being with someone who feels deeply safe and familiar, even if their face stays unclear. These aren't meaningless. They're real encounters where you recognize one another and exchange strength. They're reminders that the waiting is nearly finished. Waking up with a full heart and a settled mind is a sign that you weren't truly alone through the night. Even if the details fade, your body remembers the feeling. It lingers like a quiet promise that things are being arranged behind the scenes. Alongside your dreams, your body picks up on this approaching connection in physical ways too. Many people notice specific sensations as this moment nears. You might feel sudden warmth in your chest, as if a small light has switched on inside you. You could get chills for no clear reason. These aren't coincidences. They're your body registering a new, approaching energy. You might even catch a scent that isn't actually there, like a flower or a familiar perfume. That's the presence of this person drawing closer to you. Your body senses them before your conscious mind catches up. It's telling you that someone meant for you is nearby. The universe also communicates through signs. That's why you keep noticing repeating numbers like 111 or 444. These aren't random. They're small confirmations that you're moving in the right direction. You might overhear a stranger say exactly what you needed to hear, or a song might play at just the right moment. The world starts mirroring your inner experience to reinforce that this connection is real. I want to pause here and acknowledge what you're going through. If any of this feels true to you, if you've ever felt drawn towards someone you haven't met, honor that feeling, recognizing it as real matters. When you welcome these signs instead of dismissing them, you help this energy take shape in your actual life. Society often teaches us to suppress our intuition, but what you're sensing is genuine. Trusting it isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You're walking a path that understands life holds more than what's visible on the surface. There's a quiet voice inside you confirming all of this. These sensations tend to intensify right before an actual meeting happens. If the signs and feelings have been growing stronger recently, pay attention. The space between you and this person is shrinking quickly. Your connection is shifting from something imagined into something real. This journey extends far beyond a simple romance. It's a spiritual transformation reshaping the very core of who you are. This message has found you now because your energy has reached a certain peak. You've spent considerable time working on yourself, healing old wounds, and learning to feel whole independently. Now the universe is responding to that wholeness. It's worth understanding that the person heading toward you is doing this same deep work. They're currently in a period of serious self-reflection, possibly looking back on their life and realizing their old way of living no longer satisfies them. They're being pulled towards something higher, something more genuine, and that pull is actually your energy acting like a lighthouse, guiding them through their own darkness. You may notice your own interests shifting too. Things that used to matter, status, surface-level attraction, are losing their grip on you. You're beginning to value peace, quiet, and authentic connection above everything else. This shift matters because the bond ahead of you requires a deep sense of inner stillness. When two souls connect on this level, communication happens through presence, not noise or drama. You're being taught to hold your own power so that when this person arrives, you don't lose yourself in them. You'll stand together as two whole individuals building something new. Right now, your counterpart's preparation is especially intense. They're likely confronting their deepest fears, maybe fear of commitment, fear of being truly seen, or fear of failing. The universe keeps placing them in situations forcing a choice between staying small or growing into who they're meant to become. Each time they choose growth, the invisible thread connecting you tightens. They're discovering that what they're searching for can't be found externally. They're being guided back to their own heart, which is exactly where the map leading to you is kept. Think about the moments you felt an unexpected wave of peace while doing something completely ordinary, like washing dishes or taking a walk. In those instances, your counterpart may have just experienced a major breakthrough. Maybe they finally released a toxic habit or a limiting belief. That release travels through your connection and shows up in your life as a sense of lightness. In many ways, you're sustaining each other's growth from a distance. This is exactly why caring for your own energy matters so much right now. When you choose self-love, rest, and belief in your own worth, you're giving them strength to do the same. The synchronicities around you are going to become increasingly specific. You might start noticing their name appearing in unusual places, or overhear people mention a city or hobby that will eventually connect the two of you. These aren't just fun coincidences, they're directional markers. The universe is constructing the bridge between you piece by piece. You might feel a sudden urge to shift your routine, try a new coffee shop, or take an unfamiliar route home. Follow those instincts. They're subtle nudges from your intuition, leading you toward the physical setting where your meeting will unfold. As this moment approaches, it becomes important to practice receiving. Many of us are skilled at giving, but struggle to let ourselves be cherished. You're being asked to expand your capacity for joy. Start treating yourself the way this person eventually will, as something sacred. Speak to yourself with kindness. Wear what makes you feel radiant. Protect your time fiercely. If you don't practice honoring yourself now, it will be harder to recognize and accept that same reverence when it's offered to you. This is the final stretch of your preparation. Becoming someone who matches the caliber of love headed your way. This person will value your silences just as much as your words. They'll notice subtle things, the way your eyes light up with excitement, the way you hold your breath while deep in thought. They won't be searching for a version of you shaped to fit expectations. They'll be looking for the unfiltered, authentic, fully alive version of who you are. They're being prepared to handle your intensity without flinching, and to sit with your shadows without fear. That's exactly why the wait has taken this long. Love of this scale can't be carried by someone who hasn't done the necessary work first. You're also being asked to forgive your own past. Forgive the versions of yourself who settled for less than you deserved. Forgive the versions of you who stayed in situations where you weren't valued. Those weren't mistakes, they were contrasts. They taught you precisely what you don't want, so that when the real thing finally shows up, you'll recognize it instantly. There won't be any doubt. You won't need to weigh pros and cons. Your entire body will settle into a certainty that feels like peace, and that peace is the clearest sign of all. In the weeks ahead, pay close attention to your own energy. If you feel a pull to retreat and spend time alone, honor that urge. It usually signals that a major internal shift is taking place and needs time to settle. Your soul is preparing for something significant, almost like installing new software. You need to pause and reset before it can fully integrate. This new way of being reflects the frequency of a truly aligned partnership, a way of connecting that isn't driven by ego or the constant need for validation. It's love rooted purely in appreciating the other person's existence. The universe wants you to know you are deeply loved and that you are never truly alone. Even in your most isolated moments, unseen forces are working diligently behind the scenes to make sure every detail falls into place, orchestrating the timing, the atmosphere, even the exact words that will be exchanged during your first real conversation. Everything is being carefully arranged. Your only task is to remain open, hopeful, and rooted in your own worth. The chapter of your life that came before this is closing, and something new is about to begin. Take a breath and let the truth of this settle into you. You are ready. They are on their way. The bridge has already been built. This deep preparation is moving through a stage of complete emotional release. You might feel an unusual sense of detachment from your old life lately. That's simply the universe helping you pack for the next stage of your journey. You're letting go of the version of yourself that once felt compelled to chase love or prove your worth to people who weren't truly paying attention. This new person won't require you to perform for their affection. Right now, they're learning, through their own trials, that the best kind of love doesn't arrive through struggle. They're learning to appreciate the quiet strength of someone who has weathered real hardship. This is exactly why patience matters here. Had they arrived even a short while ago, they might still have been carrying the weight of their past, but that armor is finally dissolving. They're becoming gentle enough to hold your heart with care, yet strong enough to protect your peace without ever trying to control it. You might notice your sleep changing too, waking suddenly in the early hours with unexpected clarity or a strange sense that someone is thinking of you. That's often when the boundary between worlds feels thinnest and your two energies are communicating most clearly. In these quiet hours, you're exchanging the blueprint for your shared future, agreeing, on some unseen level, upon the values you'll build your life around. It's something like a spiritual agreement being formed in a space words can't fully capture. When you finally meet in person, it will feel less like a first encounter and more like resuming a conversation that's been going on for months. There will be no awkwardness, no need to perform, just a deep, grounding sense of relief, like finally arriving home after a long and tiring journey. The universe is also quietly rearranging your surroundings. You may notice certain people beginning to drift out of your life naturally, people who no longer align with where you're headed. That can be painful, but it's necessary. Space is being cleared for someone new to take a seat at the table. Don't try to hold on to what's already leaving. Let go of old friendships, dead-end situations, and outdated habits. They're making room for the abundance that's already making its way toward you. You're being elevated in every sense of the word. This isn't only about welcoming a partner, it's about stepping into an entirely new way of experiencing life. You're shifting from a state of longing into a state of having, and that shift is already beginning inside you.